Hello, hello, hello. What is going on, everybody? It is Master of TDS, and I am joined by my lovely wife,
Riding Raven.
And we're back for another episode of Psycho-Synopsis.
Yes, we are.
The segment when we basically summarize all the psychos for you.
Yep.
And there's a lot of them this week, so strap in.
All right, so then shall we just jump into it?
Yep.
Okay, then. First up, Gwyneth Paltrow ate bread.
So this was an article that was published, which was hilarious. And I guess it was like meant to be out of touch.
But I think she was serious about it.
No, she was serious about it. It was meant to be out of touch and making fun of her. But basically, Gwyneth Paltrow, you guys probably know her from playing Pepper Potts in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And basically, there's an article that came out that basically talked about how she had such a hard time during the lockdown that she
broke down and ate bread and pasta.
It's just kind of funny, and you can now enjoy my lovely art. I've done all the art for this.
Yes, he has.
Episode, so woohoo! But yeah, it would just again, it's not a lot to discuss. Gwyneth Paltrow has done some very crazy, weird things in the past.
That's an insult to crazy, weird things.
And yeah, we're not going to go into that.
No.
If you guys want to look it up for yourselves, I mean, you're more than welcome to, but we're not going to cover it.
Yeah, no.
But we are going to laugh and say that, you know, this is just another example of how out-of-touch celebrities are. I had to eat bread.
Seriously, some people are lucky if they can afford bread.
Yeah, and bread and pasta is not a bad thing. It's so stupid that these people, it's the same thing with like Ellen DeGeneres came out, you know, first thing, she's like, it's so crazy being alone in this house, trapped in here.
It's like being in prison.
Yeah, it's a giant mansion, you moron. Just go to different rooms each night. You want some variety? Go to a different room. Some people didn't even have a place to stay. Like, what the heck?
Sigh.
But yeah, we just wanted to take a minute and poke fun at her because...
And just point and laugh.
A, she's already weird, and B, the article was just hilarious, and of course, my art is so amazing.
Indeed.
It just compliments her to a T.
Just point and laugh, people.
The real question is, what kind of bread did she eat, though?
Was it white bread?
That's racist!
They're totally gonna cancel that next.
And speaking of racism...
We have next what we like to call the Wakandan M.O.D.O.K.
As you can see from my lovely, lovely artwork here of the Wakandan M.O.D.O.K. But if you're wanting to see the actual M.O.D.O.K., now this just handsome fellow here. You know, top notch. 10. He's a 10. Was made by Stanford Biggers. Now, what the worst thing about this, obviously, this is a terrible, 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 terrible looking sculpture.
You think?
But the worst part about this is that this is meant to represent African American culture.
Yeah, it doesn't at all. Doesn't even represent African culture.
And it also mentions that Stanford Biggers got his, inspiration on this based on, Egyptian culture and stuff. And to me, when you look at this, it screams racism.
No kidding.
It just screams racism. And so you'd think that, look, I get wanting to make something, imposing, but this just looks terrible. And to me, if I was an African-American person and I saw this statue, I would think you're making fun of me.
Yep.
And what's even worse is apparently this statue, believe it or not, it wasn't racist enough.
It gets worse.
They decided that when this statue is operational, this statue will be, I believe, in New York.
Yeah.
It will also tell your fortune. So, in other words, it's a giant, ugly Wakandan M.O.D.O.K. that's going to tell your fortune, which I know is something that's going to be hard to picture. So, for your entertainment purposes, I have taken time out of my day to create a reenactment for you.
Behold!
You do dum-dum, you give me gum-gum.
But yeah, that was just a little something I threw together. But yeah, can somebody tell me what the purpose of this is supposed to be?
No.
I'm sorry. Does it not look insulting to you?
It does, and I have family in Africa.
Like, this is insulting.
I said this to my family who live in Africa, and because I was just like, oh yeah, they're totally gonna laugh at this and ask what the heck is going on.
But like, come on. This is the best you can do. You don't put up like a statue of an prominent African American person. No, it's time for giant Wakandan M.O.D.O.K.
Yeah.
That is what I'm going to refer to him as.
This isn't even what African sculptures are supposed to look like.
You know what else I just realized he looks like?
What?
He looks like Mr. Potato Head.
Just another reason to cancel him.
No. If you imagine him with little arms and little legs and just the head, he's Mr. Potato Head. That's where he went when we canceled him. He needed a new job, so there you go. We have found Mr. Potato Head.
Okay, give me a moment to breathe.
But yeah, we found Mr. Potato Head. This is his new part-time job. He's going to be sitting here.
Wow.
Another reason we can cancel him. We can cancel him twice. Now, next up,
Shang-Chi was banned in China.
So talk about irony. We discussed Shang-Chi a while back.
Yes.
And we discussed how basically it was meant to be that his father was Dr. Fu Manchu in the comics. And, because of racism
and
concerns and stereotypes and also some issues in regards to who owns the character, they didn't use it. So they decided, what we're going to do? We're going to make the Mandarin his father. That'll totally do it. So they made this movie specifically with China in mind. And what is China's response to that?
No.
Basically. So, this is not for certain, but it looks like not only is Shang-Chi going to be banned, but as well as the Eternals, which is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
But basically, Shang-Chi is going to be banned in China, which is hilarious. Because if that happens...
Yeah, Disney made this to pander to China, and this is just one big epic fail.
Yeah, and it's just kind of hilarious that, look, Disney, it's not that hard to understand something for you. Let me explain this to you in a very easy way. Stop pandering to people who don't exist, or to people who do not want what you have. Make no mistake, China has people who make their own movies for them.
Mm-hmm. And Chinese movies are actually very good.
And they don't need you to tell them what to do.
Yeah.
And they do not want you to give them Western interpretations of their popular myths and culture. They already have people who do that, who do it correctly.
And do it well.
And you keep doing this stuff. Come on already.
They're never gonna learn.
But
they're never gonna learn.
What bothers me is that this is literally Disney. How much more proof do you need that your ideas suck? They suck, just like you do. And you keep doing it over and over and over again.
I think they're not going to realize that until they're finally bankrupt and shut down.
They're not ever going to be, because it's Disney. Disney can just sell off some assets. But the idea...
Which they're probably not going to do either.
Who knows? But trying to cash in on some of these China money, and guess what?
China says no, you can't have our money.
Yep.
For once.
And that's kind of funny, because it's just the movie, that movie you made specifically to pander to China? Well, China's not happy about it, so...
and it's actually the second one they're not happy with.
And again, this just goes to show you, Disney, that you're better off trying to actually make movies that people who watch your stuff will watch. But no, that's okay. We want the new audience that never existed, but that's cool. Speaking of Disney pandering to audiences and making stupid decisions...
Disney to race and gender swap The Lost Boys. How loudly are we allowed to laugh at this one?
Not that loud, because our neighbor is especially mad with us the past couple days.
Yeah, don't ask.
Yeah, better off you don't know. So the Lost Boys from Peter Pan. They're gonna make
Peter Pan and Wendy movie, I think, which is technically, as we all know, going to be all about Wendy. And they've decided to make the Lost Boys into Lost Girls.
Disney, they're called the Lost Boys. Emphasis on the word boy. Not female.
Not girl.
Boy. What are you going to call them? The Lost Girls now?
And the only Lost Girl that ever really was official was in the sequel to Peter Pan, which was Wendy's daughter, Jane.
Who cares anymore?
No one cares. No one really cared about that
Disney,
movie either.
Disney, what are you do? Who is behind this?
Stupid people.
No, I want to know, because these ideas seem to run in a pattern here. It's like, what can we do that would piss people off the most and get no one to watch our stuff? I know, let's ask somebody. There's got to be somebody that approves this stuff. But like, what is this? What is this nonsense?
It's absolute stupidity is what it is.
Like, Disney. Is this... Okay, putting Disney aside for a minute. Here's the thing when it comes to these kinds of movies and things. When movies are based off of books,
yeah,
especially,
you really should stick with your source material.
Same thing here. If you're going to make a live-action movie based off of a classic, they seem to think that we don't want to actually see the book or the classic. We want to see a slightly changed classic. No. If you're going to make a movie on a book or a classic movie and you're going to make it live action, we want accuracy. We want the actual thing. We don't want race swaps. We don't want gender swaps. We don't need any of that garbage. We don't want a new take on it.
Yeah.
If you want to make a new take, make a different movie.
It's one of the reasons their take on Artemis Fowl failed so miserably.
Don't even remind me of that. That was the most disappointing... I didn't even watch it, but...
No, neither did I.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's so terrible. We can't, make him kidnap somebody, which is the entire plot of the first book.
Not to mention how they gender swapped the police commander, which takes away the entire purpose of the female lead's character.
Yeah, but we're getting off topic.
Yeah.
Basically, Disney makes stupid decisions. We know this. But at this point, who wants this?
No one.
Nobody wants this.
No.
Nobody. There's going to be 5 people on Twitter screaming about this and saying, "Oh my God, it's the Lost Girls. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Disney's so amazing."
Yeah.
Oh.
And doing it from 20 different accounts.
I'm just looking at this, and I'm like, this is classic Disney.
Yes.
What happened to it? Where did it go? Now it's racially or not appropriate. We have to put disclaimers. What the heck? Did somebody drop Mickey on his head?
Yes. That or caught him in a mousetrap, fed him poisoned cheese, and then flushed him down the toilet.
Very descriptive, but okay, I'll go with that. But, yeah, again, it's just, I miss classic Disney cartoons. Even the ones that were not necessarily so good. Mm-hmm. But I miss them.
Yeah.
I miss good television. My wife and I don't watch, mainstream TV anymore.
Anime for us, and only anime from this point on.
Because we're tired of it. We're tired of it. And again, we've discussed this before,
yes.
But the idea here is that this is another stupid idea where they're not sticking with the source material, and they're thinking, what we can do to make this better? Let's, we can add, story components and character building. Now let's just race swap people. It's easier. Yeah. That way we can claim to be inclusive, and that way anybody who doesn't like it, we can just call them bigots.
Yeah, so I will just end that thought with this. Thank you, Japan, for giving us good stories.
And Disney, you must really, really, really enjoy losing money. You must really enjoy it. It must be like the highlight of your career to lose all this money, because you're going to continue to do so. And you can tell us, the numbers are great. If it's on your platform, it's going to be great because you tell us it is. But you're not going to give us the actual information. So how do we know anything you're saying is true? Answer?
We don't.
Yeah.
Because it relates to Disney.
We get to talk about Star Wars again.
Ugh.
But first, let's just admire my nice little addition to this lovely image. If only that were actually true.
I know!
But, so why are we discussing this again? Now, we touched on this a couple weeks ago about how there was this whole thing where Kylo, when he healed Rey,
somehow impregnated her.
And there are rumors circulating that
Daisy Ridley is going to reprise her role as Rey, and in the movie she is going to be in, it's going to feature her and Kylo's son.
Okay, hear me out though.
Ugh.
That's gross, obviously. But
Duh.
hear me out.
Okay.
Imagine this for a minute. Imagine it is true, but they don't bring Kylo's son. Because obviously that would be, if they're also retconning it so that Rey has Skywalker blood. So it's basically saying, okay, she has Skywalker blood and she's impregnated by Force via another what the heck? But it's a stupid idea all around. But hear me out. Imagine they do a thing about Rey and they give her a different love interest.
The Reylos would lose their minds. It would be so glorious.
It would be so much content. So if you're gonna do that, Disney, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Otherwise, what are you doing? You're. Let me make this extremely clear for you, Disney.
Oh boy.
It doesn't matter what you do. If you literally make Rey somehow become Luke, I don't know how you do that.
Don't give them ideas.
Even then, she won't be a Skywalker.
But you're giving them ideas.
Yes, but it doesn't matter. No matter what you try to do, Disney, she will not be a Skywalker. She will not be likable. And yes, there are people who like Rey and Kylo and whatever. And if you do, you are welcome to like them. Mm-hmm. But you have to understand that
the rest of us don't.
Exactly. We don't have to. And if you have a problem with the fact that we do not like Rey or Kylo or whatever,
take a hike.
Exactly. If you are so bent out of shape about this, then I would really seriously recommend therapy. I would. As a therapist, I can tell you it's very helpful. And if your life is so ingrained into this, that
you need help.
You constantly worry about whether or not people like a fictional character in a movie.
Then you need help.
Exactly. But
he's not going to treat you.
Nope. I'll charge a lot. Well, actually, no. It depends. How much am I charging them for it?
Either way, you get paid, which makes it worth it.
No, it doesn't. I'm not paying with my sanity. Thank you very much. I've already lost a lot of my sanity dealing with my clients, but I'm not stepping foot in there. I'm not even putting a toe in. No thanks. You Reylos are on your own. Have fun. But again, they're saying that they're going to do this, and again, we have to take this with a grain of salt because this comes from YouTuber Mike Zero, who has been known for not necessarily having true takes in the past. So we got to take this with a grain of salt, as Doomcock would say.
Indeed.
But regardless of whether it's true or not, the fact that it's out there
is so stupid. Then again, that's Disney.
You're giving Rey hand blood to make her into a Skywalker, and then you're going to make it that she was Force impregnated by Kylo when he healed her.
Which has all the wrong implications, by the way.
Wait, so if we're saying that Force healing can cause pregnancy, wouldn't that mean that the snake that Rey healed in the movie now is pregnant now with her Force baby?
Oh dear God. Dear God, why?
Oh, and so in The Mandalorian, when Baby Yoda heals that guy, I guess he's pregnant now.
Men can't get pregnant.
Not with the Force, they can't.
Oh dear God, stop giving them ideas.
I don't need to. They're just gonna keep digging their hole deeper. And it's just so much fun to watch them do this because it's just like, Disney, stop. It's already dead. Stop. It can't be force healed back to life. It's dead.
Nothing can truly revive the dead. Take a goth's perspective on that.
But literally, now I'm imagining there's a snake somewhere out there. They're just using the Force and flying through space. The Adventures of Space Snake would still be better than anything Disney's put out in regards to Star Wars. I would watch that. I would watch the heck out of that.
That is funny stuff.
But yeah, again, this is just ridiculous at this point. We all understand that Disney is creatively bankrupt. We know you guys don't have any new original ideas. We know you have to recycle anything you feel like you can. Mm-hmm. And if this actually is true, which whether it's true or not, it's a stupid idea.
Yeah, and nobody is going to go watch it except for Reylos.
No, again, Disney, if you are planning on doing this, please give Rey a new love interest. I want to hear the screams on Twitter.
And I will say, I personally hate love triangles, but this is one I would accept.
Yeah, but again, just keep burning your money, Disney. Keep, being creatively bankrupt.
Keep making bad decisions and let us move along.
And it's okay. No. It's okay. Just label the fans toxic and evil. We're awful people, and that's it, right?
I'm sure
that's how it works.
I'm sure that'll go so well for you.
Yeah. And our final topic here, a bonus topic.
Indeed. We once again talk about Gina Carano and her character Cara Dune.
So I want to give a shout out again to GinaCarano.net. Great people over there. They actually organized, as I said, they organized a watch party with Drunk 3PO for the Gina episode, Gina Carano in the Dolomites. Gina Carano's, Bear Grylls, Running Wild with Bear Grylls episode did come out.
Yes, it did.
But there's actually some news about her inside from that. Now, obviously, first off, that did extremely well. The ratings for it are extremely high.
Indeed.
But, interestingly enough,
Cara Dune merch is back. We found it on Amazon.
So it's
expensive, but it is available again.
Whether or not it was already available to begin with, that's a side point. The idea here is that the fact that it's available and people are finding them in stores. Now, as a couple people have said, it could technically just be the late shipment or something.
Yeah.
But I don't think so. Because now also Disney's trying to put her up for an Emmy, which I really don't understand. But it was funny to watch everybody on Twitter get pissed off and say, "Why are you putting Gina Carano up for an Emmy? She's terrible, and all these labels that I don't actually have proof to back up, but I'm just going to keep shouting them because it makes me feel good."
Here is why she was nominated for an Emmy, even if Disney's done it reluctantly. Because she freaking deserves it!
But again, no, Gina is awesome. She is a lovely person.
Indeed.
These people out there who are campaigning against her, you got what you wanted. She's not in Star Wars anymore.
Shut up!
Exactly. Like, what do you gain now? No, it's not enough that we got her out of Star Wars. You see, now we have to unperson her too.
They're just trying to stay relevant and it's not working.
It's not. And again, if you guys want to keep up to date with all the Gina Carano news, we don't cover everything. I would again stress you guys go follow GinaCarano.net. They have a Twitter page, and they have the website, which is great. I'm actually on there. You can follow me there as well. Not on it very often, but I am on there. People there are very nice, and again, if you want to keep up to date on the news there about Gina, that's where you go, and you can also win some free stuff there as well. So, check that out. They also have merchandise, a store. So again, I would recommend you go check them out.
They even do giveaways of things signed by Gina, which is awesome.
All right, so now we're going to get on to the time you've all been waiting for.
The diagnosis of the week.
Now, you probably guys are wondering at this point, when is he going to start reusing diagnoses?
I mean, most of what we find tends to lead into the same kind of stuff, so we have to get creative.
Yeah, but so eventually we will start to recycle some, but for now, I was actually able to find one that I think fits really well here.
And do tell us what it is.
Schizoaffective disorder. Now, this is a mental illness that affects thoughts, moods, and behavior, but it's actually, they have symptoms of bipolar and schizophrenia. And it said, depression, psychosis, and other things. Now, it also mentions that schizoaffective people are completely out of touch, they're depressed, they're whatever, and I think that, with Gwyneth Paltrow and her breaking down and
from bread,
and Disney being again disconnected from reality and continuing to do things when people don't like it, and pandering to China and then being swatted down.
And Wakandan M.O.D.O.K.
I would think that schizoaffective disorder really fits this week perfectly here. But you guys let us know what you think in the comments. Do you like this disorder? Did you know about it? Let us know.
Indeed, do.
But again, so that's what it is, schizoaffective disorder. So that's all for this week. Again, we did cut out some topics, so please let us know in the comments if you would like us to cover more. We can make these videos a little bit longer.
And give us suggestions for what you want us to cover. We're more than open to that.
Yeah, and feel free, if any of you are on Twitter, feel free to tag me in anything you feel like you want us to cover or whatever. I'm more than happy to check out everything. Again, I won't probably do it right away, but I get to it when I can. But yeah, again, that's all for this week. Make sure to like, comment, and share this video, and also subscribe with notification bells on so you don't miss your weekly therapy session.
Because you don't want to get charged.
Yeah, because I will do that.
Also, follow my husband on Twitter at Master of the TDS. Follow me on Wattpad at Gothic Writer 613. And yes, that is all for this week.
Yep, so that's all for now, and we will see you guys next week.
Gothic Therapy, out.